All right, welcome in to yet another loadout race. Here today we have three, not four racers, but three. Corny is still in Japan and wasn't able to make it to this one, but that doesn't matter because we still got competition up in the top, in the 12th seed, in the 12th position in the tournament. Currently is Vicky, the favorite to win the tournament, or this round, not the tournament. I would probably give Vicky maybe like a 2/3 chance. Personally, I think we've seen a lot from him throughout this league. We've seen him, I believe, out of all the racers here, the only ones who have actually have won a race. It's the backup mag. Yeah, gonna be seeing a lot from him, I think, but I wouldn't count out the other two. We got JPW on the bottom left, and we got LiamABean on the bottom right. Both of them need, well, okay, it's a little bit different. I was explaining it to Twitch earlier, but for JP to make the tournament, or at least have any chance, JP needs to at least get in second place in this race. If he gets in third, he's eliminated. As for Liam can still technically, I think, make the tournament if he gets in third place, but it's going to be really unlikely. Or not unlikely. Should be pretty solid. At least with the third place, but does have a couple conditions in which elimination is possible. Right, so both of them fighting at least for first place. Or at least for second place. As Vicky gets in first place, very likely we'll end up on the 8th seed. We'll get a bye week in the tournament, right? So a lot to fight for here in the final week, here in the hosting league, as a energy drink printer is found alongside a energy drink just in a small chest over on W's screen. The green gun on the CSS looked like an alligator. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of brain rot right now. What is the CSS? I'm thinking of like the scripting, you know, the programming language that makes all your websites pretty. Character select screen. Okay. Sorry, okay. Yeah, I could see that a little bit. Double DNF is 1 point. That is true. That is fair. If any racer does get a double DNF on the bottom, either JP or Liam, most likely they are eliminated. JP most certainly, Liam most likely as well. That's a good point. It's a lot on the line, right? They've only got 2 loadouts here to prove their worth. As a bison stake is found both on JP's screen and on Liam's. JP only has a bison stake. What's going on? Has a bison stake, but also has a supermassive leech. Was there a chance ride that was hit like 20 times? Because yeah, JP's also at 3 minutes. Counter-Strike source. Oh, man. Just play 1.6 if you're going to play Source. The only reason why you would have CS Source is because you're trying to get the CS Source model so you can play, like, Trouble in Terrorist Town. Or anything Gmod related. Okay, that's a fuel cell. A fuel cell that Vicky also has, but doesn't have any equipment alongside it. There's no healing that the other racers really have right now. So that is something that JP is going to have walking towards this turn. Teleporter. Maybe he's debating whether or not to activate the mountain shrine. He's also just trying to get a little bit more money in order to open up this chest next to the TP, as the other 2 racers, both Liam and Vicky, are already done with the TP boss, both killing it just about the same time, getting Warhorn, which is actually pretty good on Railgunner. Warhorn is essentially a pillar skip, especially with the mines. I mean, you don't need anything. You don't need any attack speed, actually. The pillar skip with Railgunner, without mines, I think you need like a little bit of movement speed. Or if you have the mines, you don't need attack speed. But it's helpful, it's nice, and having a Warhorn with a little bit of equipment on that makes the skip so much faster. It's not like some multi-step process or anything like that. You have any tips for speedrunning with Railgunner? Genuinely my worst survivor when I'm speedrunning. Aim well. If you're trying to go for a good time, and specifically speedrun, if you have concussion devices, right, use those. Use the movement mines. It's as much as you can to try and get around the stage. If you need to soften a fall, you can use your M1 while looking at the ground to reduce damage. Always just be shooting behind you when you use a mine. That can speed you up a lot as well when you're boosting forward. Try not to die of fall damage. That's something you just kind of learn over time about how much falling you can and cannot do. How fast the mines go and how fast you go. Right, the mines don't accelerate when they fall, but you do. There was a gas printer. Oh, and there's also the Wungus. Okay, so that solves healing. Healing, the only thing that JP really had. JP, who hasn't even activated the TP for that matter. As I actually gotta blow my nose 1 second, chat. Ugh. Okay. Biggest issues dealing with enemies during the teleporter? Try to aim. If you're using the piercing M1, I think it's the M90. Try to get multiple targets with the same shot. Make sure you're landing your crit shots. And other than that, it's mostly just like an FPS problem, right? Like first-person shooter thing. Where you just gotta practice your aim. Get those flick shots in. For some people, it's really easy because they've played like years and years and years of FPS games. Other people haven't really played much of any sort of shooting game up until Risk of Rain, and now this Railgunner, and suddenly brings in that element of scoped shooting. So he didn't find gas? Oh, there's an attack speed printer. Interesting. Liam's going all in. Which I guess means you get more shots. Which is also kind of movement speed? Yeah, I think that's what Liam's thinking, is thinking about trying to get a bit of movement speed via the syringes, right? Energy drinks is movement speed, but so is syringe on Railgunner. In about 7 minutes is running back to the energy drink printer. Okay, it's just going back and forth and back and forth. Trying to find a nice median. As this game of juggling's going on. Now, hold up, you just printed 5 syringes and now you're going all back into energy drinks? What's going on? Okay, you wanted 1. Was that to get rid of the bison steak? The backup mag? Whatever the case is, Liam now just exiting the TP, thankfully, with all the movement speed. Could have wasted a lot more time doing that. Ends up taking a little bit less, and JP finishes off the Mount Shrine TP without dying, yet could still die to a Sunder if not careful. Has 2 Beetle Guards still to go, quite a few Wisps in the sky, but gets the double Warhorn, has the Supermassive Leech alongside that, which will be lots of attack speed. The only one with the gasoline. Is gas not the move, or did they just not find it? Well, W found the gasoline, and W made sure to keep the gas. I'm not sure if the others didn't see it, didn't find it. Gasoline, in my opinion, would be a move. A really good move. It's good for just dealing with ads. You do have a piercing ability with the Cryo Charge, right? With the M1, both are piercing abilities. Which is a form of AoE on its own, but I mean, we got what? Rally Point Delta, we got Aphelion Sanctuary. It's kind of nice just to be able to throw a few M1s out and kill every single wisp or every single pest in the sky. Stage 5 comes around, you got all sorts of elite pests, or wisps, not pests, and they die almost immediately from gas. Maybe you hate steak? Oh, come on. Well, speaking about stuff being too chewy, might be Railgunner. Railgunner, oh my god, there is a glacial rat chasing down Liam. Liam just opting to go for the M1 tactic. Kills it, moves on. And now JP, having completed the TP, having gotten the Mountain Shrine done, has double Warhorn. Which isn't really going to do too much. I guess it's just a little bit more attack speed, a little bit more movement in that regard. Might be able to take a few more enemies down. There's a medkit inside the TP. Which for... I mean, there's the Wungus for Vicky. but yeah, it's not going to do much. I'm trying to make the most out of what we're seeing here in this loadout race, in this railgunner run, which usually what we see with the racers is they just get a few items and then they start moving ahead really fast, right? This railgunner loadout needs next to nothing, just needs a little bit of burst damage to get going, whether that be crowbars, whether that be fire band or an ice band, or at least a little bit of a proc chain. Right, if you proc 1 ATG off of your M1, it's a guaranteed crit if you landed a crit shot, and then off of that, it's also coming from like a 1000% damage ability. How much is Railgunner's M1? I forget. 0 damage items so far? Yeah. I mean, in terms of increasing the amount of damage per shot, we've seen nothing. There has been attack speed with the Warhorn, though, which will increase the amount of, speed at which they can reload, the speed at which they can fire off a cryo charge. There's a Bison Stake. Yet another one. Thankfully, Liam didn't find that, or might be going all in on that Mocha Printer. Here we go. Liam beginning the stage 2 TP, fighting of the Clay Doomstrider. He's doing pretty good, making use of 6 energy drinks. And honestly, if you're Liam, I mean, you've got a Blazing Lemurian there. Just let it shoot you like once or twice. Yeah, you got 2 of them, actually. With those pennies, if you get shot by a Blazing Lemurian, I'm pretty sure the fire... I mean, it's at least a chest's worth of money. Maybe even more. You've got that supermassive leech, you can recover some health. It doesn't want to do it, though. It's practicing all those quick scopes, all those trick shots. Boom, boom. Oh, there's an AP round. Okay. Out of everyone's build, I kind of like W's the most. Has some movement speed, has it an AP round. Has the gasoline, no one else has the gas. Has the fuel cell, which I guess everyone else also has, but also has an equipment to go with it. Has a tougher times, which, I mean, you find a pluripotent larva that can turn into safer spaces. Right, liking a lot about the build. Not so much, though. I've noticed a lot. W isn't really the most comfortable using the scope. Has been opting a lot more just to use the M1, which has been taking a lot of time up. I think W is thinking about getting rid of the bears. Yeah, I was going to go for double Mocha. Okay. And hey, look, okay, Liam did get some pennies. Has $420, $430. He's going to be done with the TP. He's going to be able to loot up stage 2 a little bit. But Zvicky, already on to stage 3. Sees a tri-shop. There's a watch in there. Okay, that's good damage. Zvicky's going to need damage, right? Zvicky didn't get the AP round on stage 2. Didn't get the gasoline. Its only attack speed or attack damage is attack speed through 3 Mochas and a Warhorn that can't even be used right now. And Liam also now on stage 2. Or stage 3. Sorry. Sees movement speed, already has 6 energy drinks. It's like, okay, I'll go for the question mark, and gets a personal shield generator. Liam, or W, meanwhile, hasn't even activated the TP. Is going a lot slower. Is just trying to loot the stage before activating TP. Might not be feeling the most comfortable doing so, or maybe he's thinking it's not right. It's, as soon as the TP is done, it's just going to immediately leave. Right? We saw JP do that in stage 1. Problem with that is that the TPs get more and more tough over time, and JP's also starting to get tougher and tougher enemies. Oh, we got a freeze on Zvicky. Okay, we're good. Liam trying to get that watch is $4 shy. There we go. That'll do it. launches up, has that 20% extra damage now, and there's safer spaces in a Void Cradle on stage 3 out in the open over by the coast. Zwicky has got protection, but loses 2 other bears in the process, right? W, who ended up scrapping those bears for Mochas, right, isn't going to have to lose those 2 white scrap permanently. So decent play on W for that matter, but still just on stage 2. Right, 15-minute, about to activate TP. It's looking like one of my full loot runs, and I'm slow. You see a Gore's Tome. Okay. And, oh, Ice Band. You see it? You see it on Zwicky? Zwicky's got an item that can make him win the game. Might want a little bit of AoE with that. Right, having that gasoline would have been cool, but able to easily one-shot tanky enemies every 10 seconds, able to pull out that cryo charge against a boss and deal decent amount as well. Here comes W. Is this going to be a double boss? No, but there's going to be 6 Blazing Lemurians. We'll see what happens. It might end up with a lot of Razor Wire procs and a lot of pennies. And Liam also going to get the Ice Band now as well. It's nearby the shipping crate and where the Prion accumulator sometimes spawns in at. Alright, so if JP goes over there, we'll get it as well. Right next to the TP, I'm pretty sure just about everyone's going to find it. Liam pausing before activating TP. Taking a breather, and begins. And everyone's in some form of TP event right now. W getting dangerously low, dealing with this Dune Strider. Trying to finish it off in the Overlord for both Zwicky, for Liam. It's getting kind of wrecked when there's an Ice Band in play. And okay, there we go. W finishes off the Dune Strider and gets the shipping request form. Which we all know about the shipping request form is that it either gives a energy drink or a PSG. Wax Quail is a stage 3 TP item. As if the racers didn't have enough movement speed. I feel like that's just about all we've seen all run. Liam basically caught up to Zwicky with more efficient looting. Let's see. Yeah, both racers. I mean, not only is Liam fully caught up to Zwicky, but Liam has $1,000, or not $1,000, has $500 more, whether it be from penny farming or something, right? Just taking a few more hits and is actually making the most of it. As, yeah, W finishes off the stage and immediately gets to stage 3. So that's what W's going for. It's going for more of a loot first, TP later approach, which is something that I do a lot when I'm trying to do a full loot run, if I don't feel comfortable doing a TP, right? You want to feel strong enough to be able to take on the boss. And that is exactly what JP's doing, right? Didn't run around or anything after TP. It's a safer spaces and isn't actually too far off, depending on what he decides to do. And there's safer spaces as well for Liam. There we go. Zwicky printed Mochas, which might make it seem like he has fewer. You could say that, but don't forget that Liam, I don't think you can see the number of energy drinks that Liam has. Liam has 6 energy drinks. Right. Oh, there's a shuriken in that Chan Shrine, which I want to say is really good, but it actually kind of isn't. Right, on Railgunner, it's easy to steal band procs. It's nice if you make it not steal the procs off of your bands, right? But you gotta constantly flick, you gotta constantly figure it out. If you have a really, really high proc chain, it could be fine. It just adds in a little bit of burst of damage to your M1 ability. Yeah, Liam's gonna have to start flicking now. But there's an Ice Band and an ATG in a Tri-Shop right out of stage 4. Are you kidding? Okay. And that's a dilemma. What do you go for here? Well, JP goes for a Soldier Syringe instead of a Mocha. No, not a mocha. The Delicate Watch. Thinking of the other tan item. Okay. Maybe he just wants to have a little bit more attack speed. Maybe just trying to go for an M1 build. Right, there's definitely a setup for an M1 build if you're really uncomfortable with the sniper. You can just kind of get the ATG and hold M1, kill everything. Ooh. Iceman's the right choice? I don't know, man. Because, like, you could also try and high roll it, right? ATG's proc 1.5. Oh, there's a Shattering Justice. Here you go. JP's gonna love that with his 5 mochas and 1 solder syringe if he gets that chest opened. And a Delicate Watch also right next to the Shattering Justice and the Giga Tri-Shop. But something that Liam is doing, right, is thinking about, well, I don't want to leave this because this has really good loot and I want to make sure I get the loot before I walk away. Notice what Zvicky is doing. Zvicky is doing more scouting, right, is being able to get more of the pre-spawns on him and taking them out. Is also able to just observe and see what else is on the stage, right? There could be another Tri-Shop that just has an ATG and no Ice Band, right? So then you could take another Ice Band, have the 1 ATG for the proc chain. Right, it's getting these Void Cradles, taking care of that as money's being built up. It's only Void Creds, so it's going to be ignored. Right, but it's learning so much more about the stage. There's a second Shattering Justice. Are you kidding me? What? What? This is dumb. Are you? That's out of all the red items you could stack back to back like that. We haven't really seen that all league, and now it finally happens, and it's Shattering Justice from shipping request form. Oh my god. Okay. Well, sadly this isn't loader because JP would have a Giga Knuckle Boom build. Via thegamer.com, right? Listening to Jackie Z and her high attack speed loader guide. Oh man, and that was off of 1 shipping request form. Yeah. Yeah, bring her up. JP actually farming pennies a little bit on the stage 3 TP. Purposely walking into 1 bleed and no more than 1 bleed to get the razor wire as well, which is pretty good AoE, pretty good crowd control. Oh gee, JP in a little bit of trouble though. Again, activating this TP at like the 20-some minute mark. Whereas the other racers were here at like 16, 15, right? A lot less golems, a lot less bison, a lot less blind pests, and there's a double shot right there. JP in deep trouble right now. Can just press Q, and you have a full heal. And 2 Warhorns. You know, what is it with Supermassive Leech and everyone just forgetting it exists? I feel like this isn't the first time we've seen this. Every time. Would I like a full heal? No. I would rather die than press Q. JP in a little bit of a better spot now. The most forgettable equipment? I don't know about that. I feel like radar scanner's that one. At least for me. It's radar scanner or like what's a different equipment I always forget to use? Jade Elephant you don't want to use because you only want to use it if it's like a super necessary situation. Right, something you want to hold on to. But that equipment a lot of people like really talk about. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna have to go into this one as well. I'm getting really bad about swearing. That's going to have to get edited. But JP lines up a good shot. And as I was saying, a lot of people talk smack about Jade Elephant. The better you get at this game, the more you start to learn, like, when you mess up. You begin to be able to anticipate death a lot better. And when you get that down, you can start using the Jade Elephant. And that's why you'll notice a lot of people who have, like, thousands of hours in this game start to like it more and more. Should bleep out swears with the safer spaces noise. I actually, you'll see it in tomorrow's video. I think the one with Wollywog and all of them. I'd put in my first bleep sensor, which was good because I didn't get demonetized. At least yet. We'll see what happens as Bottled Chaos is opened up for Liam. Man, what are these reds? Got Shattering Justice, Bottled Chaos. There's going to be the Void crit for Liam. Does he decide to take it? He's thinking about it and says no. Vicky's still dealing with the TP boss. Again, doesn't have really any AoE solution. Aside from a ukulele. Oh, okay. Did Liam get the uke? No. Liam did not get the ukulele. But Zvicky, I mean, we'll see where he goes after the TP is done. If Zvicky can get that ATG or that Ice Band, either one would be a huge boost alongside the ukulele. There is a double Void Seed on stage 2. Or on stage 5, my bad. Stage 2 was a long time. Is every stage a stage 2 to me? It must be. It just has to be that way, I guess. W's in like stage 3 cope. Liam seems really comfy on Railgunner. Okay, to be fair, if you know Liam, like, what he streams, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, he's a Fortnite streamer outside of this. There's a lot of sniping in that game. And yes, you know, we can talk smack about haha, you know, we can all hate on the game. But at the end of the day, that's still practice, that's still getting it out there. That's still landing those shots and getting those scopes in. You can see that practice. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. Okay. We'll have to cut this part out. It's too late now. But Liam's got aim in his game. Okay, you can hate, you can do whatever you want. But when you're landing your crit shots like 80-90% of the time, constantly getting the reloads down, right? Again, it's all about that transfer of skill I was talking earlier in the run. Railgunner is probably one of the only few survivors that you can really transfer skill over from other games. I was never a really good opper, but back when I played CSGO, I did get a lot of experience with that, which does help me. I ought to say, when I'm playing. At least decent aim. I always like to just sit up in ticket booth over on Mirage, and then I'd pull out like an AK and just hope to God I have the right aim, have the right spot. And then either I get 3 kills or literally nothing happens. And I did that for like 1,000 hours. And I got bored of that and went back to Risk of Rain. Yeah, we got Zvicky just now done with the TP. Thinking about maybe trying to clear the Void Seed. Did Zvicky ever get the... yes, okay, did get the Ice Band. And has the ukulele. And only has 1 of the Shattering Justice, not 2. So doesn't have to worry about that. W, by the way, still on stage 3, gets the Mocha, gets the Ice Band, is now going to go through the blue portal. And whilst JP has taken so much time, right, has had a little bit more like fine-tuning to his build, essentially is leaving these stages, I mean, maybe has like 10-15% more loot, is a whole stage behind the other 2 racers. Liam, who's been on stage 5 for a decent amount of time. Zvicky, who got here more recently, but here we go. We could see an entirely different stage 4 for JP. There could be entirely different enemies, right? There could be like a gup or something that the director decided to spawn instead. I think that's the pre-spawn mag worm everyone had. Uh-oh. Mending Greater Wisp Port of Many. And it's getting wrecked already. Okay. Looking at the damage items. Liam has 2 watches, 1 Ice Band, has the ATG. No ukulele. Oh, takes a hit. Procs a Prion, though, from the Bottled Chaos. Bottled Chaos also Zvicky got. So that's 2 legendary chess gamers right there. That is huge value from that egg. Did you see how many ATGs procced out of that? Okay. I think this Railgunner loadout might be my best survivor. I think a lot of people would say the same, right? Because you have so much that you have going on with this loadout, as we see the Stage 5 TP boss item being Harvester's Scythe. This loadout is... You have a freeze that still does a lot of damage that doesn't have like a huge cooldown. You have a piercing M1 that crits for like 1000% damage plus an additional 1000. Some high number around there. Might even be more, I forget. And then you also have really good movement with the mines. So your movement's covered. Your damage is covered. Your AoE's kind of covered as well with all the piercing. And just with the high damage, right? You take away any of those abilities for Railgunner, right? You put in Supercharge. The damage is even higher, but you don't have the freeze. And you have a long cooldown after shooting, which can leave you kind of vulnerable. If you get rid of the mines, you have these polar field devices, which are literally useless. And then if you get rid of the M2 and replace it with the rapid fire one, you also severely cripple your piercing ability. You do way less damage per shot, and you kind of have to like hard scope your enemies. It just takes way longer to kill everything. Right, this loadout is the loadout for Railgunner. Maybe not if you're speed running, right? Then you probably run Supercharge and just get like 2 crowbars and one-shot Mithrix at 18 minutes, but that's probably not going to be always happening. So Liam opts to take a Shuriken. I don't know if that was on purpose or an accident. Has 9 enemies to go, is thinking about whether or not to do the double Void Seed or to just leave. Vicky, meanwhile, is looking pretty chill, is also clearing off the Stage 3 TP, or Stage 5 TP. I am just getting the numbers mixed up. I can just say whatever number I want at this point. I'll probably still be wrong anyway, but not that it really matters. I've gotten pretty much every stage number wrong. Say death mark is the question mark inside the shipping request form. And, oh, you have an egg. Nope, doesn't use the egg. Oh, man, and that's going to be double broken watch. Highlights over the fact that the watches are broken, and then remembers, oh, I had egg this whole time. I could have been fine. And that sucks for Liam. Minus 40% damage, which is something that Vicky isn't worrying about right now. So Vicky now has a 60% damage buff. And Liam is going to have to leave soon. He's going to have to leave quickly. I don't think Svicky is going to want to loot this stage for very long. Though, if that Void Seed is good, might be able to pay off. Just maybe. If it's like Polyloot, Plasma Shrimp. Man, still with just 6 Void enemies. Okay. Svicky's actually opting to loot as well, which is good for Liam, because again, both players as of now, especially Zvicky with all those watches still, they definitely have a win condition against Mithrix. Should have a pretty easy fight already. And with a few good ukulele procs, takes out almost all the remaining Void Infestors. Are pretty much just running around on the ground now. Zvicky down to 2. Liam also down to 2. Both racers have caught up just about to real time. And while that's going on, W is trying to clear out this Void Seed inside the hallway, dealing with a Void Jailer. Found the ukulele that Zvicky got. What does W have that none of the other racers have? I mean, he has 6 mochas and 5 energy drinks for starters. I think Zvicky only has 4 and 4. And Liam, for that matter, only at 6 and 1. So has more movement in that department. Has the extra War Horn. We saw that the Void items were, I believe, Void Crit and then a double potential. There was Shuriken, and I didn't quite see all the other options, but there was a Soldier Syringe in the second one. And oh my god, ATG's found. An ATG is found on Zvicky. So Vicky now has double Ice Band and ATG. Here we go, but we also have double potential. Liam's going for the Shuriken strat. Liam takes the Mocha instead of the Syringe. I think the other one was a Predatory Instinct. And gets the ATG. Okay. So that's going to be big. It's going to give at least a chance for Liam. I feel like if Vicky ends up dying, Liam has a super good chance of winning this race. If Vicky doesn't die and just keeps going, I think Vicky has the most damage, having all 3 watches. And the only chance I can really see for W to get in first place here, or even second place, is going to have one of the racers die, not once, not twice, not thrice, probably die 4 times before we start seeing a chance for W here. Really just really far behind. Right, playing a full loot run, just trying not to get a DNF. It's my assumption, but with everything on the line at this point in the league, might want to be going a tiny bit faster here. As again, if JP does not get in second place, he's eliminated. Oh, there was another watch. That was from the shipping request forum. The forum that... Did Liam not go for it? Not sure, but both going for the Railgunner host skip. Liam forgetting to use the M1, just opting to egg. You can also use your mines here if you're Liam. And, okay. So Liam messed that up. Got to use the M1 there, and the 2 eggs weren't enough to get up all the way. But Liam is at the soups. The soups are Liam's last hope, right? Already dealing about half as much damage as Vicky is doing, right? He's going to need to find something really good if to catch up, but doesn't go for the soups. Tries to, like, flick for 1 frame to see what's going on over there, and then decides to finally start doing the M1 up. Does not use the mines, and will go for round 2. I hope that's enough time to get the bubble back up. Yes, it is. Okay. Goes for the M1 again. He's thinking about it this time, but already almost done with phase 1 is Vicky. Moving on to phase 2 in just a bit. There it is. In other news, W did do the Void Seed that no one else did. Got a Lysate and an Encrusted Key. But is still on stage 4, while the other 2 are dueling it out on stage Moon. Okay, so Zvicky's going on the bridge. Again, a really safe strategy. Can't really get hurt by anything other than the splash damage from the golems, or if anything spawns up there. It's already almost done with phase 2. Liam, meanwhile, again, no watches. Didn't get the watch from the shipping request form, and didn't have any of the others because they got broken. Liam needs Zvicky to die here to have any sort of chance. Ends up having to shoot at the ground in order to not get hit by the shockwave. And gets hit himself. Zvicky, meanwhile, already almost done with the Luna Chimera, phase 2. Ooh. And phase 3. There it is. Liam, meanwhile, is going to be done with this phase 1 with this Ice Blast right here. Gets a shot. That should do it. Yep, there we go. Is now on to phase 2. So, with how much damage Zvicky's doing, I'm guessing that we'll probably see maybe 2 pizzas. Maybe just 1 pizza phase. Nah, definitely 2. So here comes Mithrix. Zvicky needs to die here. Still has spaces up, still has spaces. There's slice number 3. Spaces are still online. cannot really get hurt unless an ad spawns, is safe. Liam, meanwhile, losing save for spaces is about 1/4 done with the Lunar Chimera phase. Okay, Mithrix is about to go up. Here we go, the final pizza, the final chance for Liam to really have much of a chance. And we'll see if we even get to see it. And yes, it is. Okay. Slice 1. Slice 2. Only 3 to go. Now, something really bad's going to happen right now to Zvicky. And it doesn't. Phase 4 begins. Tries to get the egg skip, doesn't land it. And Zvicky's on to Phase 4. Here we go, just a few shots. Doesn't have shurikens or anything fancy like that, so doesn't have to worry about getting bands procced on him. And just like that, that's going to be it. Boom. It's done with the fight. We'll now have to charge ship and have to die on the ship for Liam to have a chance of getting first place in this loadout. As for W, it's not looking good. It's going to need to have Liam tragically fail Phase 3 to have a chance of being able to get in second place. But here it goes. It begins with death number 1, now kicking in for Liam. And now, not only, oh no, not only is Zvicky going to get in first place, but Zvicky might get bonus points. Which is exactly what he needs to be able to get in first place to have a chance of getting the 8th overall seed in the hosting league. Oh, man. Yes, that's at 42 minutes for Zvicky. And that's going to be death number 1 for W as well. So any chance of being able to catch up to Liam, as Liam is just constantly getting the pizzas in, is constantly getting shots, is doing so much damage to Mithrix right now, having such a much faster Phase 3 overall, even without watches, even without the extra band or the, yeah, just the watches, really. That's just from all those landings, from all those reloads, it's focused in, it's honed in. It's not going to matter at the end of the day with Zvicky at a 42-30, going to be around about a 42-15 once the load times are removed. And oh, it's not too late. There might be a bonus point denial with how fast Liam just did Phase 3. Is on to Phase 4 here. Is a little bit timid when playing Phase 4. Right, likes to hide and peek, and there are shurikens, so something bad could happen here. The final time is a 42-16. No deaths for Zvicky. Well done. We're getting in first place there. Here in Week 7, and there's a shuriken. Almost taking out Liam. I don't know if that was a shuriken or an orb. But Liam almost did. Has the save for spaces glitch? I think it's permanently invincible. And that's going to mean 49-16 is going to be the time to cut. Liam needs to get on the ship within 20 seconds to have a chance of denying bonus points. It's going to be close. 7-minute differential needed in a 3-player race. And I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be bonus points. Liam's going as fast as he can. It's just a bean, though. But no. That's 48-44. I mean, what? Oh, wrong loadout. Wrong loadout. Where's the loadouts? There we go. Time to deny. It's 49-16. That on there. Hey, that was a brilliant behemoth from the blue portal on W. That's some damage. Okay. Which brings up part 2 of this run, right? We still have JP, who's only now just getting to stage 5. Again, which is going a lot slower with the full looting method, was looting the stage before activating TP. The others just took what they saw, knew they had a winning condition, and went with it, right? Enemies were less difficult as well. All around, easy time. It's going to be pretty tough for W, but W does have some good items. Right, we see a lot of movement speed, 8 mochas, 6 energy drinks. Right, so movement speed definitely not a problem, but no feathers. Does have safer spaces though. Has a quail alongside that. Has 3 lysate cells, so can constantly just freeze anything that's a major threat. Going to be able to proc off a lot of ATGs that way. With the 1.5 proc coefficient, and there it is, 49.27. Just 11 seconds too slow, is not able to deny points, and that's going to be a bonus point run for Vicky. Well done, GG. We'll see what happens in Loadout 2, but we still got to see what happens here for W. You know, those points. We'll go ahead and get W up in the big screen here. There we go. The time to complete for W is, I believe, 82.16. Yes. Has until 82.16 to win. Can he do it? Well, he's already on the TP. Dealing with a mending Greater Wisp Port of Many. And it's doing a lot of damage. I mean, you can see it right there, right? If you get a full leader run, right? I mean, you know, if you're trying to do win streaks or something like... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. Huh? Okay, nice. Is there head stoppers? No, just no damage. No fall damage. No fall damage. Nice. Oh, could have used egg. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, you see, the problem is, Popcorn, is that JP doesn't know what an equipment is. Or we could just say, yeah, clearly was counting out, knew it was coming. Clearly. I knew that he was going to be fine and would not take any fall damage from that. But mushrooms do damage. Don't want to stand in that. Alright. I don't know if what this means. I'm just going to time it out, though. Try not to spoil anything. I don't want to know. The only people that know anything about this race right now are the racers and the person that refed it. We don't want any spoilers. We want to be able to appreciate this the way that it was designed to be. Just a friendly little reminder. How much time does JP have? JP still has 30 minutes. Or time to deny 82? My bad. Time to complete. That would be horrid. Sorry. Yeah, time to complete is 82. Yeah, first place was Vicky. Ended up getting a 42.16. There's still that encrusted key. I wonder if W's gonna look for that after he gets done with the TP. I still has about 30% to go. That's only gonna be like what, like 26-ish seconds. But what can you be doing if you're W here? If you want to go as fast as possible, obviously you want to stay inside the TP bounds. You don't want to leave them. And personally, I mean, you've got an Ice Band, you've got an ATG, you've got a Behemoth, an AP round, at least one watch. Personally, I would just hit TP. At least that's what I'm saying as a caster. If I was a racer, I'd probably look around and for like 5 minutes and then loot up a bunch and then get even further behind. Did his Vicky get bonus points for certain, so Liam didn't need to get timed out? So you have to finish within 40 minutes. Liam is only a little over 7 minutes behind. Right, so Liam got in second place there. What's Vicky got in first? Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, W just instantly wanted to leave. Realized 54 minutes is late. It's gotta go. There you go. That's a change. That's a change that you want to have. Again, JP needs to get in at least second place to have any shot at making the tournament. Right, unless some of the people ahead either just concede immediately and decide not to enter. That could be a chance. There could be a way there, maybe, for JP. Otherwise, they would have to get, like, banned or caught cheating or something like that, right? Some oddball, crazy scenario, which probably isn't going to happen. So we'll need second place in the race overall, right? So there's still loadout number 2. And if you're going to get in second place, well, DNFs are used in tie-breaking between winners and between second and third, and I guess fourth place for that matter. There's no fourth here today, though. So if JP ends up DNFing this loadout, right, that's not good, because then even if JP is tied in points with Liam, Liam would still win. Right, in terms of tiebreakers with points, it starts with points, and then it goes to number of DNFs, which then goes to number of deaths. And then finally, if they all finish the same amount of loadouts, had the same number of deaths, then we take all the two runs that they did, we compare times, and whoever has the faster average time is the winner. JP's looking at Scorpion. Don't want to go for that as bait. You already have 2 Shattering Justice. Personally, you just want to try and host skip here. You don't even need to host skip. You have, what, 8 Mochas? You've got mines, your Railgunner. All you gotta do is just throw your mines on the ground and shoot downward. You don't even need to use a Cryo Freeze. And then you get up and like right here, just do it. Just put down the mines. You don't have to host skip. Okay, it's gonna host skip. It's the universal skip that everyone knows. If you just know this skip, you don't have to know any others, clearly. And there we go. He's at least using the M1 with it. I'll give him credit for that. Makes it into the arena at the 57-minute mark. Has plenty of time to do this fight. Right, it's gonna be like 57:30. So that gives, what, like 25-ish minutes? I would say JP can afford to die 3 times, maybe 4. So I feel like that's gonna mean phase 1 pizza, or phase 1 Mithric's gonna be easy. Phase 2 Mithric's, we'll see. Should be okay when you have a ATG and a brilliant behemoth. Phase 3, though, I think is going to be the real tough one. Right, that's where JP's knowledge of just dealing with ads, dealing with pizza is going to be put into consideration. It's going to be put under a microscope. For some racers, right, who have good runs, we've seen it in the past where everything's just fine, everything's looking good, and then phase 2 or phase 3 hits. So we're about to find out. Here we go. Any Railgunner loadout that doesn't use a polar field can skip item list. That's true, but some take more time than others. If you have some items, it speeds up the process. You don't have to climb up slowly. It's not this whole like multi-stage process. Right? But yes, that is true. Oh, okay. Yeah, phase 2 is looking pretty good. Just one-shotting the enemies. It has multiple cryo freezes. Even lands a shuriken on that one. Nice. all you really gotta do right here, right, as JP's is slowly charging up those cryos, I would just at least spend one right now, finish off that last Chimera. Because more are just gonna keep spawning. I'm gonna kill them faster than they're spawning in. They stop after like the 4th or 5th. Here we go. Oh. Missed a crit spot, but ATG. Easy. There we go. Okay. So here's the moment of truth. Phase 3. Can afford to die 3 times, potentially 4, if Phase 4 and Phase 3 only take like 2 minutes total. But what we've seen what has happened with JP in the past is JP is focused more on the ads than on the actual boss fight. So I'm curious to see if something different happens this time. It's a few shots. Okay. You know what's so lame? It's the Shattering Justice. Every time Mithrix sprints, he cleanses that debuff. The Scorpion doesn't go away. But Justice does. And then, not only that, but like, you could have 10 stacks of it, right? Or have like 20 Chrono Bobblers or something, have a set up where there's like a 20-second duration on a debuff, and then Mithrix just dashes once and it all goes away, it doesn't matter. And that was really dangerously far away from that pizza. Thankfully it had safer spaces though. Okay, yeah, Mithrix is just gonna die. The amount of damage that W has is immense. It's insane. Mithrix will be dead. W is gonna finish this loadout. Just a moment here. And we got Deathless Mithrix as well. Boom. Oh, almost. We don't know about Phase 4. Here we go. Is just going to go for Cryo. Now, what's nice is that with the Lysate cells, and same with backup mags for that matter, you hold on to all of your charges still, even after Mithrix takes away said items. So you can just spam Cryo. If you have like 10 Lysates, you get 10 iterations of Lysate. 10 special abilities. Before you actually run out of charges and start having to actually reload. And boom, there we go. It's a neat little trick during Phase 4 Mithrix. Good to know about. But W is done, and W is going to be able to run away. It's going to be able to escape. And have likely a sub 64, sub 65. I'm guessing it's going to be like a 63-15? Maybe a 63-10? Not bad. And again, from being able to finish this loadout, that means there's a chance in loadout 2 between Liam and JP for that matter, that if there is a tie, right? If JP gets in 2nd place and Liam gets in 3rd, they'll go down to deaths instead of DNF tiebreak. So really well done. GG's. They're both tied up at 1 death right now. Ooh. How much of an advantage does Liam have in time, then? Liam finished at a 49-27, so that's about a 14-minute lead. We'll see what'll happen. It's hard to pull ahead by 14 minutes on loader. About 10 seconds here is going to be done. Just running around the ship. Not getting hit by anything because JP's a gamer. And there we go. Nice. Hold on. No DNFs today. Just the way I want to see it. Okay. We'll skip this ship. There we go. 63-30. Okay. Not bad. all victories. Take a look at this. Ready? Boom. Nothing but victory. We got Loader. Spiked Fist as well. You know, funny thing though. So, with this, I believe this, yeah, Charged Gauntlet. Okay, so it should be a pretty standardized, normal Loader loadout, aside from not having the pylon. They're stuck with Thunder Punch though, and I made sure that the racers here were aware of a mod. This is post-Devotion update, keep in mind. And we all know what happens when you play with Thunder Slam, and you use the ability and your eardrums shatter, and you can't hear anything for at least a minute, minute and a half. There's a mod called Underslam. I linked it to them all. I don't know if they all installed it or not. We'll see. As W types in card, please, sees a gasoline alongside a crowbar and an AP round. Is the mod optional? Yes, it is. If you really hate yourself, you can not have it. So, there you go. If you really want to burst your eardrums, I'm not going to stop you. But to anyone who was even thinking about that or asking that question, probably wouldn't even hear the response because they've probably already gone deaf from using Thunder Slam. Okay. And uh-oh. There's a backup mag on stage 1, there's a H0sting on stage 1, there's a crowbar on stage 1. There might not be a Bandit Aqueduct, but this is one hell of a start here on Titanic Plains, as Vicky has got the band and backup mag and already knows it's time. I think there's another backup mag by TP as well. Beetle Queen is the stage 1 boss. Should be able to just double burst here. Gets the Thunder Slam. Oh, doesn't get it. Fireband almost takes her out though. Yeah, and Liam gets the crowbar as well. This is a speed run. This is a speed run to the finish. If this was up against like some of the highest talent here, we'd probably be looking at, I would say, par for this race. Oh yeah, Focus Crystal as well. I would say par would be about 21, 22 minutes we could be seeing. We could be looking at. Ooh. Yep, there's a Fireband as well for Liam. Liam knows it's time with a crowbar and a Fireband, even a feather in hand. There is the backup mag though that Liam wants. But here's the thing, you might want this backup mag still if you're Liam. The TP is right up the vent. You could just go up the vent, do the TP, come back down, get the items later. Right? You're still gonna have like an extra $60. Right, look at Zvicky here. Zvicky doesn't even know what to do with all this money. He's at $70. He's still got another 50% to go in the TP. And then there's W. Just kind of chilling in the corner, hanging out, having a good time with Spiked Fist. Again, W needs to beat Liam, and it either needs Liam to die or needs to beat Liam by 14 minutes, real time. Assuming that Zvicky gets in first place, right? Other win conditions for W is just flat out gets in first, is able to beat Liam that way, and can beat Liam with a bonus point, guaranteeing no tiebreaker round or anything like that. Might even be able to beat Zvicky, who knows? Zvicky though, double backup mag, has a Fireband. Still on stage 1 at about 4 minutes though, which is going to spend a couple monies, get everything that he can, and leave. Oh, he's actually going to go for the Chance Shrine, okay. Now that's where you get the Focus Crystal. Oh, actually isn't going for it, okay. We don't got money for large chests. Personally, I go for a Chance Shrine, because 2 hits on a Chance Shrine is $40. Right, is spending a lot of time. Really wants to have that large chest. What's in it though is just, I think, a feather. Right, you've at least got a Fireband, but it's just itching. This is Vicky's knowledge. He wants to know what's inside, and decides, oh, crowbar. Okay, I'll just take that instead, and gets the crowbar. Other items were a gasoline and an AP round. I believe W actually opted to get. I don't know which one W got. Apparently, it's a gasoline somewhere else, as W also has the crowbar. And the the fire band, and a backup mag. Oh, that gasoline wasn't from the backup mag tri-shop, was it? Did it get money from Beetle Guard? That's right. Beetle Guards that are summoned by a Beetle Queen do not give you money. Check it out. Here, we got a Beetle Queen that spawned in right here. We'll see if she spawns in the end. Nah, I'm just gonna go for spin. We don't get to see any. Oh wait, no. We'll get a couple. I think Shield's going for a summon. Not sure if it actually went through or not. Nope, didn't go through. Okay. So the chance will be later to show that off, but Zvicky, already done with the stage 2 TP, is looking at I believe a Hunter's Harpoon, not exactly a god tier item that we've been seeing so far in this run. One in Crowbar tri-shop, one in Backup Mag tri-shop. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you really need the gas that much on a loadout like this. I guess it's good crowd control, right? Dealing with wisps on stage 5, but you already have the... if you just get another backup mag, you can pull wisps in, pull other things in. Okay. I mean, it has its benefits. As Zvicky actually gets needle ticked, might die, and does die. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Zvicky. Oh, in trouble. Yep, okay, maybe... Yes, you could pull in the enemies, but try not to pull in void-touched enemies. That was playing with fire. Playing with Void Touch? I guess fire would be fire elites. Yeah, it takes a death, and now has to deal with the consequences of having a +5 and a loader run. Might, probably, more than just might, is going to have to rely on either W or Liam to end up dying at some point as well. There is a Void Seed on it. Oh, obviously it's a Void Seed. Looking inside, I saw a potential, and I saw a Cradle. Uh-oh. Medkit kicks in, though. Oh my god, that medkit just saved W's life. Did you see that? I did. And a Royal Capacitor with a Fire Band is found for Liam, the Royal Capacitor that no one else has found yet. And that's huge, again, with the Crowbar and the Fire Band. If you ever have to deal with anything at, I don't know, long range, if you ever have to deal with Void-touched pests, which apparently everyone's getting hit by, hello. Look out. Okay, that one's dead, but there's still 2 Vermin. Okay, Vermin are dead as well. Liam's in a much better position than when he was at just about 20 seconds ago. JP also, again, almost dead. It's a crit, though. So what happens next here? Well, all the racers, they're just kind of looting up. Specifically, Liam and JP are trying to clear out the Void Seed before activating the TP. Zvicky might be at a +5, but Zvicky's already done with the TP, right? So everyone else still has to go through all that. Right, that's essentially like a -90. And not only a -90, but Liam takes death number 1. And now Zvicky's in a better spot, dealing with Liam. Liam, who got second place, the person that was most threatening to Zvicky in terms of overcoming him. Now Zvicky has that advantage. Is going to be able to maybe maintain that lead against Liam. Liam, who still hasn't activated the TP yet, and W, who hasn't died yet at all, fully recovered, having gotten that medkit proc after the needle tickle, is going to die otherwise, is in the lead by 5 minutes. Right, has a 5-minute advantage. Now, we do know that last race, JP had like a 15-minute... Oh, geez, yeah, don't go for the potential. There's pests right there. JP had about a 15-minute delay in terms of completing the run, as opposed to the other racers. All right, so we'll need to try to go a little bit faster than what he's comfortable with. But with a little bit more luck, might even not be the case. We'll see. Medkit MVP so far for W? Yes. Indeed. And there's a second stealth kit. Oh boy. At least JP can be twice as stealthy now. As Liam activates the Beetle Queen stage 2 TP. Goes for the triple burst, lands the Thunder Slam, lands the Thunder Punch, or Charge Punch, and lands a Royal Capacitor shot all at the same time. That Queen got wrecked. We'll see if JP could do the same thing. And Vicky did not get the Royal Capacitor that Liam did get, despite both being at 1 death here, and JP actually potentially dying. Dealing with a Blazing Blind Pest. Now, that's interesting, because while JP's getting Blazing Blind Pests, Liam got like 5 overloading beetles. I think it's just because a few seconds passed. The director couldn't spawn beetles as the transfer of card points. Right? So the director's like, okay, well, if I can't do beetles, I'll do blind pests, and they're blazing, and because of that, JP takes death number 1, and now everyone has a death, and Zvicky is right back, resetted into first place. Oh no. For them, and oh yes, for Zvicky. Zvicky, who wants to try and get in first place again, has a really good chance of getting the number 8th seed. If all goes well. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Just thinking about it. The director, I mean, it had JP maybe activated the TP like 10 seconds sooner or something. Who knows? Maybe it would have just been overloading beetles as well. No, had the 3 blind pests blazing. Wasn't able to handle with them, or deal with them. Thankfully not double death, though. Right, and all it takes is just for some of the others to die again. To be in a better spot. A fuel cell pops up from the void potential. There's been a lot of void potentials in this race. Not a lot of anything else. Liam doesn't like steak. We know that at this point. Gets rid of that immediately. Gets rid of Harpoon. Harpoon, the item that is really unreliable for getting any amount of movement speed and often puts you in a bad spot. Not a bad item to get rid of either. Sees Void Cradle, and oh, there's Sacred Spaces. The chance and risk of Spiky taking any more deaths. W found a cloak chest. Oh, I just realized. Okay, hello. Let's see what the cloak chest is. Did he already get it? Did I miss it? Yeah, I think I missed it. Okay, well, yeah, the odds now with a gnarled wood sprite as well, the odds that Zvicky takes another death is next to none. Safer spaces, wood sprite for healing. Right, there wasn't really a healing option leading up to that. Has a fire band, double backup mag, really good movement, and just going TP to TP. Here he goes. One of these runs. Magworm's stage 4 TP on Siren's Call. At the 1840 mark, actually real-time mark would be about 1350. Right, is averaging roughly 4 minutes a stage. Which is a really good pace to have. Did you get the cloak chest? I don't think so. I'll have to look back. Or you know what we could do? If in like 5 years from now, these videos actually get recommended to users on Twitch, or not Twitch, but YouTube, right? And I'm long gone, and all of us have moved on from this game, maybe at this point, and I'm just some not even a streamer anymore, just sitting in a box in a cubicle at work, and I look at my phone and I get a notification asking or telling me whether or not JP got the cloak chest on stage 2 on Aphelion. We'll know then. And at that point, I'll dig up my old DMs and I'll send you a message. Middle-aged Joe's thinking about his old league. Yeah, that's gonna be a real thing, though. Think about it. 20 years from now, I mean, who knows? There is another scenario that I somehow actually figure out how to be successful on Twitch. And this is just my job, who knows? I mean, I'll take a cubicle over, like, I don't know, public service over anything having to do with customer relations. 20 years from now, you're going to be so old. Ugh. Well, 20 years from now... Oh, no, I can't even make that joke. These racers are actually going really fast. Oh, there's a cloak chest on stage 3. Okay, well, W might get that one. If not the one on stage 2, and maybe some of the other racers as well. I don't know if Vicky got that. W's got an eye for the cloaked. A cautious slug is picked up for Liam. Liam, who doesn't have the wood sprite, with his own source of healing there. Getting ready to take down the Dune Striders. Boom, boom, double lightning. They're up in the air. Liam gets ready for punch number 2. Honestly, kind of good that it took so long for that to happen because the fire tornado comes out. Oh, that's a double suck. Oh no, Liam, run, run, run. No, get out of there, get out of there. It's healing, it's healing, it's healing, it's healing. Oh, okay, well, Razor Wire and I guess Rose Buckler? Was there a wrap? No. Okay. Just chilling. Yelled at me for missing one on like week 1. I promised myself and wouldn't miss another cloak chest. Well, you might have already missed the one on stage 2. But here's your chance for redemption, JP. Clearly you'll find this one. And I do remember that one as well. I think that was the one where someone's game like crashed or something. It was like 10 seconds in. Forget entirely what happened in that one. There was a cloaked chest that was just walked by. Was passed up. Oh, Liam sees the cloaked chest as well. Here we go. 98.99. Kills a beetle guard. As Vicky's already on the stage 5 now. Over at Sky Meadow. And it's just going to activate TP. Okay, it did not rotate. I was afraid for a second that the Primordial Teleporter was going to rotate. Almost looked like Vicky hit the teleporter there once. There's also week 3 where everyone but me found the prompt for a hidden chest. Only one person opened it. I remember that. That was hilarious. Actually. Was the cloak chest ignition tank? Oh, safer space is picked up. Nice. W now has that. Now has the invincibility. Does not have an equipment, though. And will be sad because of that. And Vicky almost done with his eye construct on stage 5. Now, keep in mind, Vicky went for the extra backup mag over the gasoline. The other 2 racers went for gas over second backup mag. Right? But the good news is that Razor Wire was the TP boss item, which kind of substitutes in a way as that AoE item. If you're big and bulky and tanky and can take a hit or 2, if you're a slow but powerful bruiser, like Loader, ooh, and a ukulele, you can just get shot by stuff, and it'll only do like 1% of your health, and then everything else just dies around you. Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about punching those wisps. I'd just be charging TP right now post Vicky. It's Vicky at the 24-minute mark, but would be 19. Oh, but there are glacial... No, okay, here's the real problem. Vicky's going for the wisps when there's these 5 glacial alpha constructs just constantly beating at him down, his health bar. That's the problem. Oh, gets hit by a rock. Oh. Get some movement from that. All the other 2 racers over at Siren's doing, though. Wow, it's Vicky's is figuring out the stage 5 TP. Void Cradle in the corner. As Void Scent Flame, that's definitely going to help. Dealing with Wisps with a Void Scent and Razor Wire, insta-kill everything. And then there's Gasoline, which continues the chain of damage. Flying enemies will fear JPW once he gets to stage 5. Accidentally infests a alloy vulture. Had to take that down. And at a certain point, we're going to see either JP or Liam. Yeah, there we go. JP's already going to activate the stage 4 TP. Gets the magma worm. It drops, I believe, a harvester scythe. Is that the stage 4 TP item? I think so. I'm still not done with the looting of stage 4 before the stage 4 TP. Has some soldier syringes though, and now a war horn. Ooh, that's a good knuckle boom strat right there. Just kind of missing what's the one item they got 2 of? The Shattering Justice. Yeah, could use a couple of those. Make this build a little bit more spicy. Vicky's going, so Vicky is definitely going. And whilst Vicky's going, JP is frozen. Hopefully the game didn't crash. Nope, okay. JP's back. Cool. Vicky on the moon. 21 minutes and 22 seconds real time. I think that's a good time to be on the moon. That's around the time that I probably would end up at, because I'm... Not to say I'm slow, but I'm sure Vicky could agree with me in saying that there are definitely people who have gone faster than this. Who are freakishly fast and freakishly good at playing loader. Yeah, I wouldn't even try the weird grapple host skip technique on loader. Just kind of get to the trunk if this is what you're comfortable with. This is what you know how to do. Here you go. You can figure out labbing out stuff for the tournament, but right now it's just about winning. And unless Vicky dies like twice, I think he's got this. Even if he dies once, not going to be a problem. Could probably still get a bonus point as well. But we'll see. I mean, maybe some of the other racers might find something way better than what Vicky has. What does he have? He has a watch, he has a crowbar, he has the fire band. Fire band isn't really the most effective against Mithrix. Right, because he's always running around and he's not frozen in place or anything like that. Right, only got about half the fire band right there. But you do get the phase 4 skip, which is nice. Does it have focus crystal? Yeah, that was from the Chant Shrine. That's from the Chant Shrine on stage 1. Ended up getting the crowbar instead, I think. Also didn't get the AP rounds. AP rounds that W got. Okay. Is already done with the TP fight. W gonna move on to stage 5. And this is looking good for W. W needs to beat, right, if he's not gonna get in first place, right, which is currently looking to be very much the case. At the very least, W can try to outplay Liam. Unfortunately, taking that death on stage 2 doesn't have the death tiebreaker on his side. It's currently an even split with both racers having 2 deaths. But if W can just win by either 14 minutes over Liam, or just have Liam die one other time, we'll be in a pretty good spot for getting in second place. It's a big ask to win by 14 minutes, to be fair. But if Liam did it in Loadout 1, JP can do it here. Phase 1 already almost done for Zwicky. Just has about 25% health to go. Let's take a look at equipments. JP is going for a caffeinator setup. I don't think we've ever seen a single caffeinator build that's really gone like super duper omega good. Let alone remotely good at all. Right, I think we've seen potential setups for him. Yeah, that's about it, though. Probably not going to really do too much either in this phase of the game, with there not being any fireworks or anything of the sort. It's the ukulele. Still with the stage 5 TP. Boss still has to charge the actual teleporter itself. Is spending a lot of time leaving the TP zone. Right, there is like an elder and a bell, but sometimes you just gotta get in there. And if you do leave it, the damage that you're about to deal better be really good. That right there, ooh. That's alright. Almost took care of both bells. Is there a sticky bomb? Anything I can proc off the punch? No. JP has double focus crystal though. Which could be pretty good, but we also have to keep in mind that Liam has that as well. Liam also with the capacitor. What's Liam's healing? Liam's healing, oh, has a slug, okay. Also has safer spaces, pretty good. Is Vicky now halfway done with phase 2? And JP taking a lot of hits, cannot afford to die, but also taking a lot of hits is Liam, who loses a bottle, almost lost his life. If JP dies, I mean, all but essentially solidifies Vicky winning this race, but I feel like that's not even the biggest picture. The biggest story is a bottle's broken on JP. And we still see half the TP still to go. Lands a caffeinator, is using the caffeinator to deal damage right now. Misses completely. It's Vicky dealing with phase 3 Mithrix here. It's gonna get a good punch in. There we go. That's gonna be enough. No, not yet. Probably need to punch Mithrix once more to enter into phase number 3, or phase pizza, the second part of phase 3. Right, there's 2 different phases in phase 1 and phase 3. There's the part where he just keeps, let's see, charging at you, and then there's the part where he's at 75% or less when he starts going back to the center. And here's pizza number 1. Where's Vicky? Is dodging, is gaming. Uh-oh. Oh, went for a golem there at the last second there. That was kind of risky. That could have ended poorly. But also ending poorly is JP still getting harassed by these enemies. Down to 165 health. The good thing about Loader is natural regen. Look at that, it's like 3 health per second. That's not even with a slug health, I don't think. And yeah, is going to finish off the TP. Is not going to die because JP's awesome. And there we go. Boom. Boom. Moon time. Moon time. It's Vicky at 1 death. Tied in terms of deaths with everyone else. Is almost halfway done with phase 3. Doesn't have an ice execute to make the phases quicker. GPS slug, yes. I mean, it was still really good regen, even without the slug being active. Oh, that's okay. That free pizza slice was brought to you by Jed's Pizza. Congratulations, Vicky. Eat up, eat well. There's a Renounce Band. There's a Renounce Band that only... Was it really that close to the TP? And none of the racers other than Liam were smart enough to go for it? Yes, it is Eye Construct, but take a look at this. 1 Ice Band, 1 Fire Band. That's a dead Eye Construct for Liam. Oh, boy. Liam's got a good setup here. As JP is attempting the grapple skip, you want to use your punch to try and get over this. It gets that as Liam swiftly deals with the TP boss. And a nice bounce for JP. I'll give JP that. I give him a lot of trouble at times as Vicky takes a death. Oh, are you kidding? Okay. Well, you don't want to die again if you're Vicky. It's Vicky only at half health, getting swiped down to 300 health. Here comes another pizza. If you take another death, not only are you really in a bad spot, you might not even get a first place overall. if JP can get bonus points and then you take a lot of deaths and then Liam with the ice band and the fire band comes back. Oh, you gotta be careful, Zvicky. Oh, gets hit by the shockwave. Playing real fancy, but playing real sloppy as well. And here we go. Misses the punch. Doesn't have the punch ready. Has to endure another pizza. Another pizza that could go badly as it punches through again. Oh my god. Really terrifying. But I think that's gotta... Oh my god. I'm all over the place, man. I'm sorry. You are scaring me, Zvicky. Oh my god. Ate another slice of pizza but had safer spaces. It is now just going to grapple around the pillar. Oh, don't hit the shockwave. Okay, doesn't hit the shockwave. Mithrix is dead. That's going to be game. And it'd be a time for charging the ship. Holy. And Zvicky says, hate Phase 3. Well, you might hate Phase 3, but I'm loving the energy that you got, the confidence that you got going right through those pizzas. Right, for some of the racers, that's the norm for them. That is to be expected. Is you will punch during pizza, you will thunder slam during pizza. I'm usually just going for thunder slams. I'm not confident enough in my loader movement to land full punches mid pizza. Right, you can easily save yourself like a minute throughout a Mithrix fight if you do that. But I'll just eat my minute and not die. Oh my god. The 2+5s is going to finish off at like a 42 something. Which means the other racers, right, will have 5 minutes. I mean, JP's going to have like 4 minutes from the second the ship is done charging to get to the ship. Right? If he goes fast, which he's going to have to be a little more fast and a little more flashy than what he's doing right now, has a chance to actually pull in for first place. And if JP gets first place, gets 2 points, ooh, that would be the unexpected outcome here. We'll get a time to beat up on the screen in just a second here. So we await the results. That's going to be a 41-57 from Zvicky. Well done, despite the double death. Iceman would have been good. It would have been great. That Phase 3 would have been half the time. Oh, man. We'll see what else Liam wants to do. Liam is really looting up a lot. Probably very unlikely, even with the ice band, not going to be able to get second place here. Unless some deaths happen on W's end. W now having to deal with Phase 2. We'll see what W's knowledge is on loader, dealing with Phase 2. Right, you don't want to get caught out in the open. But, I mean, 2 focus crystals, a crowbar, should be pretty good as long as you just have the bands up. Land some good punches. There you go, that's another one dead. No, it didn't die. That first one must have been a crit then. Something. Liam trying to grapple through the tunnel here. Kind of messing up here. Trying to hide. Trying to deal with the wisps. Trying to respect the wisps. Honestly, I respect the respecting of the wisps. Never want to die from those. Better to just take about 30 seconds than to lose 5, and W really kind of struggling with Phase 2 here. Still has 2 birds to take down. Does have the slug. Doesn't have any money for the caffeinator, but this exploder will actually grant money since it's a post-Phase 2 spawn. The initial enemies that spawn in during Phase 2 don't grant any money, but additional enemies, I'm not sure what the max number is that will spawn in through the phase, but they will grant income. It's kind of nice. I like getting money when I kill my enemies. especially unnecessary enemies. There we go, at 940 bucks. If you're JP here, I mean, just get one good swing in, drop a caffeinator, and try and heal up a little bit. You don't want to die. Unless you're confident that you're going to be okay, which JP's feeling right now. Hasn't got hit in a while. Has actually recovered a lot of health with that slug. Really well done, JP. Gets a double punch. You want to have those. Nice. Gets another double punch. Has some fire band damage in there as well. And is going to be on phase 3. Still deathless. Is going to have JP, or not JP, is going to have Liam take a death here. Right, I don't think JP is on the way to winning 14 minutes ahead of Liam anytime soon. Right, having gotten that one death on stage 2. I believe that everyone died on that stage 2, actually. That's insane. Usually it's stage 2 where people die the least. Really good patience by JP, actually. We'll go ahead and bring this up. Bring on a different screen. Time to beat 41:57 is not going to happen. Zwicky is guaranteed to win this race. It's guaranteed to win this loadout as well. But there's still a time for denial of bonus points, which the time to deny is going to be a 48:57, roughly 49 minutes, which is more than possible for both of these racers. Again, there's only one bonus point in 3-player races, and that comes in at the 7-minute mark. Pizza begins now. Uh-oh. Loses spaces. And is getting ready to punch, is waiting for the 5th slice. This is usually what I do. There we go. The downside of doing that, it's very fortunate to have the Fireband fully get Mithrix that time, but that doesn't always happen that way. Mithrix sometimes immediately dashes when he's done with the pizza. Liam's already done with phase 1. What? Was that like a crit initial punch? Liam has 3 focus crystals. As pizza's now beginning again for JP. Well, yes, an Ice Band. That's a one-shot on Mithrix. That's a death for JP. Wasn't looking at the last slice and was just relying on RNG to save the day, but that doesn't do it. That's going to be a death for JP, and now needs to have Liam die at least twice. And Liam with just a much stronger build here. I don't know. It's going to be a lot less pizzas that Liam will have to worry about. As the ads start to build up on JP's screen. That's another punch, though. Very good. It gets Mithrix down close to half. We'll need to do that another 5 or 6 times to be able to finish off the fight. And... ooh, that was a good punch. Waited for the armor to go away. Mithrix stands inside a fire tornado the whole time as well. Well done. But here comes Liam. Already on phase 3. I'm doing really good in this Mithrix fight. And is actually almost caught up to JP in real time. Not only with the death. Mithrix decides to do a little gamer jump, though. Liam gets distracted by the golem. Loses spaces. And with about one more hit, we'll be able to get Mithrix into the pizza part of phase 3. JP, meanwhile, about, I would say, has about 2/7 of Mithrix's health still there. It's getting really close to finishing off. It's going to land one more super punch. There we go. Needs to do that about 2 more times. Maybe once with a crit. It's pizza time. Oh. Dodges them all. Oh, that's eating a slice. Is Liam, but Liam had safer spaces up. Almost gets hit by a few, gets hit by a lot of ads though. Takes a few shots, no longer has one-shot protection. And then JP just really getting ready to finish off Mithrix, just waiting for him to get back in the center of the arena. Here we go. Will phase 4 be skipped? The answer is no. It's not a crit. Mithrix still had the armor up. Unfortunately, we'll need to try to hit him a few more times, but meanwhile, as another death kicks in. As JP takes another death, now 2 behind, needs Liam to die 3 times, but only 1/5 of Mithrix's health remains. And it's not looking good. The frustration, the tilt building up for JP. JP, who was originally going to be done, doesn't want to die again. Needs to just hit Mithrix and end this now. But has to sit through another pizza first. Has spaces. Well, could at least finish with a few deaths like this. Would be a little bit better than taking another death, just in terms of morale. There we go. Phase 3 is done for Liam. Phase 4 is skipped. Liam is gonna be able to finish not only with less deaths, but also yet again with a faster time than JP. Well done. Is even gonna be able to deny Zvicky a bonus point. It has to make it to the ship. Didn't go for the Giga Swing, but not too much of a time loss there. And makes it on the ship as JP finishes off phase 3. Wow. Let's get it one more time for JP. One more swing. JP, who knows a lot of the techs in this game, has a lot of the stuff down, just needs to work on a few other areas in terms of whether it be just looting efficiency and the order on that, or dodging some enemies and reducing the amount of deaths. I think we could see JP in another tournament doing a lot better. We've seen a lot of improvements from JP throughout the league. Right, his first win, or first point at least, was, I believe, from a Empathy Core Drone Man build. Right. But here we see him, with lesser and less items and more having to rely on knowledge. Being able to pull off better times. Still has a little bit to go. Practice makes perfect, as they always say. But GG for Liam, getting a 47-54. Denies the bonus point for Zvicky, and Zvicky's only going to get up to 5. Which we'll see what that means for the leaderboard. And for being able to at least try to get the number 8 seed. And GG for JP getting I believe that's a 57-58. Finished 4 seconds slower than Liam in real time. Really close runs overall. Wow. GG.